Hello, it's Debbie again. You're welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll give you an overview of what the ALX Professional Foundations is. I will tell you the duration it takes, what to expect overall in this course, and the advantages of taking the Professional Foundations course. I'll also show you a certificate of completion after you finish your Professional Foundations course in ALX. Let's get right into it. If you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe. Share this video to anyone you feel will need it. You'll be doing them a favor. Comment in the comment section and tell me how I am doing because I'm new here. And ask questions, give suggestions. I'm open to all of it. Kindly click the notification bell to get more updates in the future from me. Also, stick around to get updates on my data analytics ALX learning journey and my data science learning journey at Data Camp. Hello, welcome to the ALX platform. This is the ALX eHub where you can access everything from learning to community to rewards and support. So, a quick overview of this website is the welcome video from the CEO of ALX, your current programs, your notification for payment, your recommended programs, and the explore section where you access your learning websites, the community websites, the rewards website, and the support website. So the main reason why we're here is the professional foundations. Now, the professional foundations is a standalone course. You can access it in recommended programs where you view all programs. But I got to do the professional foundations when I enrolled for data analytics. The data analytics course can only be accessed when you are done with the professional foundations course. So, as you can see, the duration for this course is 14 weeks. It's actually 12 weeks of work, but there is a 2 weeks grace period after the 12 weeks for people who are yet to submit their milestones and projects, their milestones and tests. So the data analytics is also 14 weeks and it's currently ongoing. Now let's get into the professional foundations. Because I've completed the professional foundations, there are no projects here. And this is my overall score for the professional foundations course. After the you finish the professional foundations course, you get a certificate of completion. And I feel like that's really nice of ALX. So to access the projects that I want to show you, I will simply come to projects, and these are all the projects from week 1 up until week 12. So every week you get to submit your weekly test and milestone, and it is a compulsory requirement for you to be able to have passed that week's project. For every week also there are modules and chapters. So if you click on this, you see this is a chapter. When you are done with the chapter, there are quiz. You can see there's a score here, 100%. There are simple quizzes about that chapter you need to complete before you are able to move to the next. You can move to the next actually, but that particular chapter will be marked as undone. So for that chapter to be marked as done, you need to finish the quiz for that chapter before you move to the next chapter. So if you are a fast-paced learner, you should be able to set aside 10 to 15 hours of learning weekly. If you are a slow-paced learner, you should set aside 15 to 20 hours a week. I'd advise that you do not accumulate project because the workload is really much, and if you accumulate them, they get too much and it can be discouraging. Or the time you're ready to sort the projects out, you might skip some because of how much they can get. So I would advise that you follow every task or project, weekly project task, milestone tests, complete them for that particular week, then you move on to the next. If you set out 2 days, you should be able to be done with your weekly project test and milestone. Now, the ALX platform, the ALX Professional Foundations is divided into 3 phases. You know, it's 12 weeks of work. So it's divided into 4 weeks each, 3 phases. So from week 1 to week 4, that's phase 1. From week 5 to week 8, that's phase 2. Then the last 4 weeks is phase 3. So in week 1, all you get to do is platform onboarding, getting to know the platform. The course overview 1, 2, 3 is talking about the phases and the guidelines, then the resources you need, an overview of the resources you need for this course, and your overall tech specializations course, then the test and milestone for this course. Week 1 is very lightweight. It's not, it's just showing you around and welcoming you. Okay. For week 2, the course focuses on personal development, which I love so much. Yeah, you will learn about the daily 3. This is all about personal development. Then all of the week 2 is mostly about personal development. And then you'll be introduced to the major focus of the course, which is the GCGOs, the Google Workspace, what tools you'll be using. The professional foundation is big on Google Workspace, so most of the tools in Google Workspace will be introduced. For week 3, it's big. Week 3 is still on the GCGO, and a little bit of personal development and professional development. I like the way the course is structured. You need to be stable to be able to be a professional. You need to have developed yourself to some extent to be a professional in whatever field you want. So I like that in every week, the daily 3, which is all about personal development and self mastery, is introduced. It is really, really essential, and I love that it is in this course. So you're introduced to professional development, Google tools you'll be using, and your tests and milestone. Remember, tests and milestones are completed every week. For the sheets and slides, you use slides a little, but they are big on Google Drive and Google Doc. So have that in mind. For week 4, which is the last week of phase 1, you are introduced into a part of professional development. This I love because I love writing. I want to build my communication skills. This week 4 is golden, if you ask me, because it's big on the soft skill that many organizations are looking for. So if you want to level up and build your communication writing skills, listening skill to research skill, this week is for you. Like, I loved this week so much. That's that for phase 1. For phase 2, starting with week 5, you are you are welcome with the daily 3, which is a self development. Then you are introduced to team collaboration. From week 5 to week 8 is all about team leadership, and this was really hectic for me because I am a loner. Like, I love to do things on my own and at a fast pace, but I had to work with other people, and in fact, I I had to, learn to, work with other people's time and every many things that come with working. Excuse me, that and many things that come with collaboration and teaming up. So the team from week 5 to week 8. You work with the same team that you started with at week 5. Your team should be made up of at least 3, or let's say at least 2 to 6 or 8 people. So you get to find your peers or a teammate in the community channel where we looked at, in the beginning of this video. So team 5 is all about still a little bit of research, different types of collaboration and team workflow in the tech field. What I love about week 5 to week 8, that's phase 2, is that you get to understand how things work in the real world. Like, how, if as a data analyst, how your role in a team, because you definitely work with team. In fact, data analyst gets to work with like multi teams, like more than one teams at a time. So you get a glimpse of how data analysts would interact and work in teams, and many things that comes with it. So I really love this phase, if you ask me, though it's a little bit challenging For me, it was because I had to collaborate with people, and you don't have control of that aspect. That was a little bit challenging, but it, made me um, have the experience of working in, like, more experience of working in teams. So, um, yeah, data visualization is also here. So, week six is all about leadership skills, generation, finding solutions to problem, and also making sure that the solution of your solution is the perspective of the people that you are trying to solve their problem. For instance, you want to solve Mr. A's problem. You have to see the problem from Mr. A's perspective and find a solution from his perspective also. So that's what we call the user, understanding the market. That's what it's about. So this is a lot of practical going on in this week six. Week seven is a continuation of week six, where you create prototypes for the solution you've come up with, and you make sure that it is user centered, that whoever you're solving the problem is the center of the solution. I think that's for week seven. Then for week eight is the final week for phase two. So you get to refine your solutions, come back and do some iterations on the prototypes you made, and prepare a pitch. You have to present your solution to stakeholders. So this phase two is all about practicing in the field, like having a life experience of how things work in tech. And for week nine, which marks the first week of the last phase, that's phase three, you understand the opportunities in tech. Here you're given more information and knowledge about other tech fields. Big data is for data science, data analytics, software as a service, that's SaaS, cloud computing, apps and tools, as in software development or software engineering, then ethics in tech. I love this week nine because it gives us, overviews of these different tech fields, just in case you registered for data analytics and you realize that, oh, I'm more interested in SaaS. After professional foundations, you get to switch to SaaS. I think that's the purpose of this. Another purpose is, as a data analyst or even as a software engineer, you definitely work with other fields. Like, you work with data analysts, data scientists, Salesforce, and so on. So it's good to just understand what goes on in other fields apart from the one in which you are a major in. A really good plan because, you know you have knowledge of many other things, and you can decide that, okay, I am more interested in another field other than what I registered for. Then for week 10, it's the same thing, continuation of week 9. Here you So week 10 is basically a continuation of week 9, and it's a drill down of the specializations that I spoke about earlier on. You can see data analytics, data science specializations, and so on. Now you to learn more about the specializations and decide that, oh, do I continue with what I enrolled for or not? And if I'm continuing with what I enrolled for, I love that I have more knowledge of other tech fields, other tech specializations. Then here you have key career skills. You overcoming imposter syndrome, resume writing, and your test and milestone. I love this area of week 10 because it highlights career skills that we'll need, both soft and technical skills, overcoming imposter syndrome, and how to write resume, like the correct way to write resumes. And in for you to excel in your career, whatever your career is, even if it's not tech related, it is really essential to know these things. Overcoming imposter syndrome chapter for me was really eye opening because I didn't know much about imposter syndrome, but I felt it. So, understanding that imposter syndrome is very normal. Some days you feel like you're riding the sky, some days you feel like you're crashing down. And those days you're crashing down, it's normal. You cannot be high all the time, and you cannot be low all the time. So, understanding that yes, today I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling confident, it's okay. Tomorrow you feel confident. And I think that's I love this part, what's this area about week 10. And for week 11, you get to learn more about other specializations too, and personal branding. I love the personal branding aspect because how can you be a professional in 2025 and you don't have a personal brand? It is very essential, and I like that it was highlighted in this course. So, one thing I need to say about the week 10, from week 10 to week 11 or 12, is you for this tech specialization, the to be there, the instruction will be there, but just to bring to your notice, you don't have to complete the quizzes for these tech specializations. All these chapters will have quiz. You don't have to complete them, but if you want to, you can complete them, but you do not have to complete them. It will be stated, in the introduction of the week where it applies. So if you are for data analytics, complete the quiz for data analytics, then go through the course materials and move on. You don't have to complete the quizzes for, every other tech specialization apart from yours. So for week 11, okay, I'm done with 11. You'll be taught to build websites and the easiest way to go about that. Then the last chapter of the course, and in the last phase, is the chapter where you'll be taught to, sell yourself. How do you sell yourself? This elevator pitch is very, very necessary. Try to pay attention and even practice it. You can even practice with a peer, someone that you're comfortable with. Elevator pitch is all about selling yourself in very short amount of time. Hi, my name is dash dash dash. I am a dash dash. I can offer dash 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 if you dash dash. No, it's a very short way to sell yourself, and who knows, you land that big dream job. Then continuation of building your website and the overall foundations reflection. This is like a feedback, or a feedback to yourself and even to ALX, telling them how the whole of the course went and your test and milestone. So it's a lot of work, if you ask me, but it is worth it. In fact, the course had a good balance of personal development and many things that comes in between. You learn a lot. There's no area where I would say, oh, don't pay so much attention to. The all areas of the course is really, really like really has a really good balance of both personal and professional development. I also love the fact that it gave me an overview of other tech specializations like software engineering, SaaS, and the rest. It gave me, an in-depth knowledge of what to expect, even as a data analyst or someone who is in tech, what to expect and where the industry is going, the tech industry, the future of the tech industry, and many other information that will be necessary for someone who is just starting out in tech. So that's that for the professional foundations. After your week 1 to 12, you would be given your certificate. So I'll show you my certificate for the professional foundations course. This is the folder where I have all of my ALX documents. This is the ALX professional foundations. You can see all of my milestone from milestone 1 to 12. And then this is my professional foundations certificate. Yeah. This is the certificate for the hard work I did for 12 weeks. So if you want to get your certificate, kindly enroll in the professional foundations. Be diligent, be on time, quickly submit your milestone and tests. Do not let them pile up. And I must say, apart from the certificate, there is a lot to take home from the professional foundations course, and you'll be so grateful that you did the course. So, thank you for watching. Bye for now. Kindly subscribe to this channel if you haven't to get more update on my learning journey and many information in and around the data field. Bye.